Generally, Grigore Mugisha Muntu has come out to condemn the continued abductions by the first family, headed by MUHOOZI Kainerugaba. Mugisha came out to call on General Kaguta Museveni, telling that the buck stops with him. And indeed, the buck stops with him. I know General Museveni is a bad leader for Uganda. He's a dictator. But he has not come out to do petty things like the way General MUHOOZI does. In fact, the conduct of General MUHOOZI shows that as if he doesn't have power. How can a CDF, a soldier, a person who comes from the first son, be this petty, abducting some person and take him to your basement? In a tweet which was put out by Mugisha Muntu, he came out to say, and I quote, to the chief, Commander-in-Chief General Kaguta Museveni, may I implore you to be guided by your own teachings over time about the recklessness of the past armies, Uganda Army, UNLA, the consequences of their action and the impunity. You are the Commander-in-Chief. The buck stops at your doorstep. Act. It is never too late. That is a tweet which was done by Mugisha Muntu, calling out General Museveni that he should put his house in order, that he should come out to tame MUHOOZI Kainerugaba. And I think partly it's because General Museveni, by the next cycle of an election, is going to be 82 years. Look at your grandfather. There are very many things he can't do. He can no longer tame the army. In fact, I keep on telling people that Uganda fell a long time ago. It's just a matter of time for it to fall down. And when it falls, it's going to fall on us, most especially when people who are in key positions like MUHOOZI Kainerugaba are acting recklessly. The center can no longer hold. So first of all, Mugisha Muntu coming out to say this, he speaks about this on the point of knowledge, because there's ever been the CDF at a tender age. I think he was 32, thereabout. I think he was the second army commander, if I'm not mistaken, after Eddy Tumwini, if I'm not mistaken, the first or second. So he speaks in the position of power. Truth be told, no sane Ugandan can come out and support what is going on in our country. What is going on is bizarre. It is bothering all of us. People are looking on. The people who have a voice that can be heard are keeping quiet. The leader in the Catholic Church, the leaders in the the Catholic Church normally comes out to speak, but they must also come out to increase on the voices. Okay, sun is coming near the corner. They must speak out. You cannot tell me that we are under a regime that always came out to disabuse the past regime of abductions. Yes, they are doing the same things. Some people are abducted and they don't come back, and it remains as business as usual. Okay? The people who love this country, as people who love Uganda, who have nowhere to go, it really bothers us. This is the only country we have, yet insane things are happening. Today they abduct someone, tomorrow they abduct another one. And let me also come to another point. How come our activist wing, most especially for the elected leaders, because I don't want to say foot soldiers, because normally the regime uses foot soldiers to incarcerate them for a long period of time. At least leaders cannot be held for a long period of time. They should come out and protest. MPs, NUP has almost 60 MPs. Even if you get like 10 or 15 to come on the street, at least they can paint a point. This, if with the continued silence, is making the subjugation even more easier. MPs rise on the occasion. What was the purpose of you being elected? The purpose of you being elected in those positions is not just to go in parliament and legislate. It is part of the war front that you are supposed to put up. Our activism front is really poor. All we do is come and speak on the media. People speak on the media like us. We add on the voice on very many voices. But those who are elected at least open up a front of activism. At least for you cannot be held for a long period of time because of the status you have. This cannot be business as usual, as the regime is dismantling the pillars of democracy. So for me, I think Mugisha Muntu is coming out to speak on the position of knowledge. These people know. He was in the bush at a tender age. He was the CDF. He served in parliament. Okay? He knows the price to pay if the country goes astray. And it's incumbent upon us to always come out and fight for what is the truth. What befell General Museveni? I know General Museveni has always been a dictator. I know General Museveni has always abused human rights, but at least he has done it covertly. Not coming out and say something the way General Moses is doing. Coming out to say that the person was abducted. Eddy Mutwe was beaten. He had stains of blood on his nose and eyes. Eddy Mutwe has a family. What expect of his family? And these same people will come out and say, if they get and say, after the regime falls, okay, that we should not become happy. Who told you? It's the reason that's why even when they lose some of them, the public is happy. They expect us to weep with them after they have trampled on us, after they have urinated on our shoes. This cannot happen. This cannot be business as usual. So thank you, Mugisha Muntu, for putting out your voice. You will stand to be counted. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, employ would subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.
Omusajja omunafu omulabira mukulwana na mukazi we. Teri musajja alina maanyi akuba mukazi. Ne munnamagye omunafu, omusirikale omunafu omulabira mu kuba basiviliani na kubeewerera. Omusirikale omunafu omulabira mukulwana na basiviliani. Eyali badde akuuma basiviliani ate yalwana nabo n'okubeewerera. Kati ntunulira gye n'omuwoozi. Saagala nnyo bulijjo okukulumba. Naye simanyi ononsonyiwa oba tuyitayo X yo gwagirina oba muntu mulala yagikozesa. Naye bw'abanga gwagirina nga gwavuddeyo n'olaga mbu gw'olina Eddy Mutwe atandise okuyiga olunyankole, kaakati gwe tunakwasa obuyinza ogenda kubeera otya? Kale ne bona abo bututterwa mpaka abantu ogenda kubayisa otya? Nze ku ddaala lyo erya generaali ate ng'oli CDF mbadde sikusuubira kukola kintu kifaanaganako bwe kityo. Bw'obanga Twitter handle yo gw'ogirina ekintu ky'okoze kya buswavu nnyo. Oweewolera otya bannansi kati onaabakuuma otya? Kitegeeza kyokola olinga takitegeera bulungi. Kuba ate oyo sigo osoosa okukwata wakubaka kwenza wano emigo kati omutte ne mukuba omusajja weeno egindi byawayintanga bya mukama bya luhanga aka mukama oweho imeeyo kati civilian. Imagine civilian atalina ka training konna nti kamagye kati gwe kenyininyini kati wekataddeko obujulizi nti gwe okulya Chat Chambers wagambye ali mu basement yo. Kakati ddala bukulembeze eki naye waliwo kyenzudde. Omuliro gubasusse, omuliro gubayitiddeko kati mwagala provoking. Kati provoking otya ba civilian? Abantu boyina okuuma bakuyambe kuba bawo omulaba atulumbye ate oli mukuba provoking. Naye waliwo ekitagatta. Kabanda yakajja n'agamba mu kabaka amanyoomu ow'abachwezi we Kaguta Museveni. Kali akaana kakempaka kakamala okuvuma Buganda. Gashumba yakamala okugamba twemba mudde Rwanda mugenda n'ettaka lyammwe. Gwe atoze okutte Eddy Mutwe kuba kyamaze okakasibwa. Bw'obanga Twitter handle yo gw'ogirina gye n'omuhoozi ne bw'onaakwata abantu abenkanawa okujjako ng'onaabamala mu ggwanga lino naye ate nga tojja bba malamu. Bangi tugenda kuvaayo tukulumbe tukutisaizingi bonna batutereezeza bikolwa byo.